Hi everyone. Hello to all of you. A very good evening and I hope you all are keeping well. Welcome to CrackGradeB. जो मुझे नहीं जानते, I am Niharika John Mehra and I teach English for competitive exams. I have been teaching for a long time now. तो जल्दी से पहले तो मुझे बता दो आप लोग that मेरी आवाज़, audio and the video part if that is clear or not. एक बार आप मुझे बता दीजिए and then we will quickly start today's session जो कि है mock test. कुछ क्वेश्चंस हम करेंगे टाइमर के साथ बैक टू बैक एंड सेट वाइज करेंगे एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स आई विल बी एक्सप्लेनिंग दोज क्वेश्चंस टू यू बट द होल पॉइंट इज कि टाइमर के साथ आप कितना कर पा रहे हो सम गुड क्वेश्चंस वी आर गोइंग टू डू हियर रिवीजन होगा आपका प्रैक्टिस होगी आपकी सीखने मिलेगा ओके okay any one of you if you can confirm that would be really helpful. I'll be waiting for a minute or two so that हमारे all learners यहाँ आ पाए. There are many courses for you जो कि आप लोगों के लिए beneficial हैं, exam oriented courses हैं. तो आप उन्हें हमारी website पर ज़रूर check करिएगा. Links are there in the description below. All good? All set? Shall I take another minute? Let's take one more minute to begin. आप लोग फटाफट लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब कर दो एटलीस्ट शेयर कर दो सो इट विल बी ग्रेट एंड इट विल बी फन इफ वी कैन हैव मोर स्टूडेंट्स हियर cool so let me quickly tell कि हम ये कैसे करने वाले हैं I will be giving you first set of questions जो कि 10 questions का है and here you all can see there is a stopwatch in front of you. For every question I am going to give you एक certain time that I feel is okay for the question and आपको उतनी समय में आंसर देना है यहाँ चैट पे. If you're watching the recorded session आप लाइव नहीं हो अभी then also it's okay. आप अपने जो आपको टाइम मिल रहा है आप अपने समय में उतने ही समय को ध्यान रखते हुए इसको करेंगे and हम back to back questions करेंगे. I won't be explaining first but then once we are done with the first set 10 questions of the first set I'll then start with explanation. So अभी आपको question back to back करने हैं. There you go, that's your first question and I believe everything is good to go, the video part and all. Always go through the instruction. एक आदत डाल लो, exam में भी you will need this. I'll be showing you answers later. अभी बस आपके आंसर क्या है A B C D E that you have to put it in the chat or just note down somewhere आपके पास में notepad में. अभी मैं केवल क्वेश्चंस बता रही हूँ सभी को. आई एम ओनली शोइंग द क्वेश्चंस एज ऑफ नाउ. सो कीप आंसरिंग. If you can do me one favor and also mention, okay, let's not mention the correction. ठीक है, चलने दो जैसा चल रहा है. First I thought let's have the corrections also, but now अभी back to back कर रहे हैं तो केवल आंसर इज ओके. डिस्कशन के टाइम देखेंगे. Good evening, good evening. Please start participating in answering the questions. I had classes under other courses. We'll be having frequent classes now here. RBI की ही और classes होंगी. As of now, you can continue doing these questions. Okay, so we are going to continue with another 5 questions and वो दोनों set हम साथ में करेंगे. Please read the instruction properly. जो लेट ज्वाइन करे हैं, first we are doing the questions, couple of questions all together, and then I will be showing you the answers and explaining them as well. We are going to discuss the solutions towards the end of first set. One set has around 10 to 13, 14 questions. In one go, हम उतने questions. I'll answer that thing in a while. Paritosh, this is the last question of this set. Then I'll answer what Paritosh has asked. Okay. So now I'll take you through these 10 questions and we'll discuss them one by one. To answer what Paritosh has asked, see, the all over level, when you have 30 questions, so the all over level of all together those questions is average, more than average, moderate to difficult, okay, for RBI. Now we have just done 10 questions. This is just a glimpse of what actually is asked. That this is like after a long time I'm taking this kind of a session. So I can't say yes, very much similar to the concepts that you get based on which questions are asked in RBI. But you can have a lengthy question. You can have 5 easy fillers, and you can have a very tough RC that is asked in the exam. Anything can happen. So we prepare for everything and anything, that is from the easiest level to the toughest one. Okay, I hope I answered you. So let's start now understanding. For the first one, answer is R. Is wrong over here. After his retirement. Now please understand, sometimes what happens is that, I'm sorry, sometimes you get to see that the pronoun is used before mentioning the name. Noun pehle nahi hota. But here we can see that we are talking about a single man, so his is okay. After his retirement, the man dedicated his life, okay, savings and energy. Because we are talking about money that was left with him, so savings aaya. To serving the destitute. Now there is a rule. Whenever you use the with adjective, आप the को adjective के साथ use करते हो and you use it as a subject, then वो एक plural subject की तरह treat होता है. Okay? The rich are, the poor, that is the meaning of destitute, the destitute are. So are इसलिए आएगा यहाँ पर, who is नहीं आ सकता. Okay? We are not using a noun which is singular. Destitute is an adjective that is used with the. So that's why this is a subject that is plural and उसी के according verb आएगा. I hope ये सभी को clear हो गया हो. आप में से किसी को कुछ भी doubt होता है, after the explanation is over, please do ask. Okay? Next, again, subject verb agreement error. So it says the men were charged with burglary in a posh apartment block and were remanded in custody. Very simple. After and, when we are repeating a verb, it has to be as per the main subject, जो कि यहाँ पर है the men. The men were पहला तो ठीक है, and के बाद we are repeating the verb, so verb will come because men is plural. Very simple. Can you use continuous tense after to? Okay, so you are asking a wrong question. To is a preposition. Okay, so after to, we have a couple of options. We have verb in its first form. We can have an adjective, and we can also get sometimes a noun. Whenever you see ing form of verb, it is not a continuous tense always. हमेशा continuous tense नहीं होता है. For example, I am looking forward to seeing you. To के बाद ing आया, that is not continuous. That is a gerund we are using there. So you should be understanding this. See, energy to serving. Now dedicated something to someone, dedicated life to his children. तो टू के बाद में यहाँ पे जो आना था, you were supposed to get a noun. अब noun नहीं था हमारे पास में, we didn't have that noun, so we are using the word serving as a gerund, that is ing form, present participle now of a verb used as noun. Okay, are we clear here? Are you understanding this? Did you get the example which I just mentioned? So you have dedicated your life to learning something. Let's say learning good habits. In that way, आप वो dedicated के साथ का to use कर रहे हो. This to is a part of phrase dedicated something to someone. नाम नहीं है तो gerund लगाया है. Okay. Next one. I think this was easy to understand. The students are required by their English teacher to take or appear for a vocabulary test every Saturday. Okay. So since this is a test that will be for students by the teacher, this is called collocation. है ना, टेस्ट एग्जाम की बात होती है जब भी. So you as a student, you will be appearing for that exam or you will be taking that exam or test. हम उसे write नहीं करते, हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं. Also we don't give कौन करता है? The one who has framed the questions. तो इसके ऊपर बहुत बार previously भी questions पूछे गए. We have seen some questions based on this concept in the previous exams. तो इसको आपको अच्छे से ध्यान में रखना है. On the last working day, the principal gave a lot of, this was super simple. Advice is an uncountable noun. You cannot use the word advises. So a lot of advice to the outgoing batch. Batch किसका था? Of students था. Everything is good to go. अच्छा, this one. Anyone who can tell me what's wrong with this one? What should be the correction? Any guesses? Anything that you felt? What went wrong with this sentence? Chalo. Given the overall dominance of private, commercial, for profit, it is for profit, not for space profit. So when you have a hyphen like this, it is like an adjective or set of two nouns used together. So for profit health institutions, private institutions, commercial institutions, non-profit nahi hai, for profit health institutions. And given the asymmetry confronting citizens, ये आपका अभी तक केवल एक इंट्रोडक्शन है सेंटेंस का. Okay, you haven't reached to the subject and verb and the main thing of the sentence till now. Correctives to bring down a balance are inevitable. Correctives plural है, are आएगा, very simple. But bring down कैसे आएगा? We want to produce something. वो चीज को हमें लेकर आना है. So we bring about a balance. लेकर आने के लिए, when we are trying to have an effect of something, we want to see something happen, occur. So bring about is a phrasal verb जो कि use होता है, bring down नहीं होगा. Okay, bring down बहुत बार किसी को हराने के context में, anything getting over उस context में होता है. In fact, criticize करने के context में भी we use this one. Okay, are you understanding this now? Correctives is the subject, so R will come. That is going to be your subject verb agreement. Is instead of R I have cleared. Okay, anything else? Cool. This one. This one is also very nice. I don't remember anyone giving the right answer for this one. तो बताओ जरा मुझे कहाँ गलत लगा आपको, क्या चीज गलत हो गई. Tell me. Were you just giving it a shot कि चलो ABCD कोई सा तो हो ही जाएगा. Please open these taps and fill the buckets with water. It's a sentence which is also an instruction, a request in a way. But you should know what collocations are. For example, you make a mistake. You don't do a mistake. आप mistake करने के लिए do का नहीं बोलते, use नहीं करते. So open these taps is wrong. We use turn on these taps. Faucets, taps. इनको हम बोलते हैं अगर open मतलब उनको चालू करना है हिंदी में तो open we cannot say. Open will mean that I will have to do the plumbing work. We are not doing that. हम उसे एक तरीके से खोल रहे हैं हिंदी में जैसे हम खोलना बोलते हैं. So turn on is the right way to say that. Okay. Fill up and fill both will have the same meaning. Fill up is also going to talk about it should be exactly till the brim. तो वो हम नहीं बोलेंगे तो भी चलेगा. Fill the buckets is not wrong ना. The whole point was open word here was wrong. So that's why A had the error. ठीक है. चलो. Next ones. Now these were the questions where you were given a word usage question. Pick the word or phrase from the alternative that is appropriate substitute. So instead of this word, you were supposed to pick up a word which you can use. Basically, this was the test of vocabulary where you should be aware of the synonyms of the given words, right? Okay, so this is not the part of grammar, this is the part of language. जो पिछले हमने questions करे, it's not the grammar thing working there, it's the language working there. Now for that, all you have to do is read a lot. Continue with your reading and like whenever we do such questions, you get to learn something from the explanation, you do that. वो infinite है. You cannot limit it, but yes, these are some interesting things that are asked. It's like we can't question why sun is only there in the day and why we have moon at the night. It's just like that. So similarly, some things in English are meant to be together. You have to learn that way only. I mean, nothing could be done. Drubbing के ऊपर आते हैं. Okay. Yeah. So Norwich received or took anything a severe drubbing at the hands of Manchester United. Okay. So drubbing is defeat. Okay. I'll go through some other words also which I feel you should know. So drubbing के ऊपर आते हैं पहले. Drubbing is actually smacking. Okay. पटक कर defeat करना किसी को. Punch करके defeat करना किसी को. So usually when anybody is beaten up and in that way a person is defeated or in a way punch करा है किसी ने उसे physically, in that way drubbing is used. But here of course हम एक metaphoric way use कर रहे हैं. So we are going to say defeat. Okay. Confrontation is आमना सामना. जब हम किसी चीज को acclaim करते हैं, किसी person को acclaim करते हैं, so we cheer them up. This is not what is happening. Okay. Severe is used for a negative context. तो severe के साथ वैसे भी positive word like triumph or acclaim नहीं आ सकता था. Then you have panegyric, that is the kind of it is when you're praising someone or something similar to acclaim, but this is done in a public setup. Okay, so publicly जब किसी को praise करा जा रहा है जिसे हम बोलते हैं eulogy देना, that is called panegyric. Then the next one, this one was easy, very easy. Now that English has taken over as the main language, the country's native language has been marginalized. Very easy. Going to a lower level. कहीं नीचे चला जाना, downgrade कर देना is marginalize. Okay. To bring down to a level जो कि पहले से और inferior है. Okay, that's what is happening here. From the sentence you can understand the context and word का meaning तो आना ही चाहिए. Anything that is ornate. Let's do rest of the words. बाकी वैसे words इतने कठिन नहीं हैं. But ornate is आप इसको decoration से connect कर सकते हो. So whenever something is over elaborated, very fancy. Okay, this is the first meaning of the word ornate. Another meaning of ornate is also when something becomes or someone becomes very pretentious. दिखावे के लिए सिर्फ ऊपर से सजावटी है. That is ornate. Okay. नेक्स्ट वन लॉडेबल. वेरी इजी वर्ड, पॉपुलर वर्ड जो कि एग्जाम्स में पूछा जाता है. सो द गोल of a racially integrated, financially prosperous and equitable community. So basically community है. The goal of एक अच्छी खासी community is laudable. ये गोल इस अच्छी वाली कम्युनिटी का जो है वो तारीफ के योग्य है. इट इज अप्रिशिएबल. ओके, सो इट्स डिस्टेंट, ऐसा है जो हो नहीं सकता. Crestfallen is an adjective used for those who are heartbroken. Okay, इससे याद रखना. Heartbroken, very low in spirit, they feel disappointed. उनके लिए crestfallen का use होता है. Okay. Alien is not used as a noun here. Anything alien is anything foreign. We don't know about it. तो यहाँ पे ऐसा भी ये जो goal है, we know about it. So how can it be alien, right? Derisive is किसी का मजाक उड़ाना. Anything, again an adjective, anything जहाँ पर किसी का मजाक, रिडिक्यूल करने के लिए, तौहीन करने के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं. So this is the derisive word, which again is not perfect here because we are using some good words to describe the community. I hope अभी तक okay. चलो, let me continue. Then we have the word proscribe. The Eighth Amendment prescribes cruel and unusual punishments. Okay, so proscribe मना करना, forbid करना, prohibit करना, rule out करना होता है, which you can see. As of now, other words I feel are very easy for you people who are already preparing for such an exam, RBI. So हम नहीं लेंगे. Next one is subjugation. Now here the answer was oppression. Britain was a slave trading nation and built its colonial economy on slave labor. यहाँ पर आओ. Slave labor, negative thing. And subjugation, so that is oppression, दबाव डालना. Okay, उस तरीके से दबाव को create रखना, to not let other person go ahead, to flourish, to thrive, वैसे में. Opulence is luxury, क्योंकि इसका सिनोनिम यहाँ दिया हुआ है. So we need not use that word because a negative context is mentioned in the sentence. आगे क्या करें? रेडी? जल्दी से लाइक और शेयर कर दो. सब्सक्राइब द चैनल इफ यू हैवंट एंड टेल मी यू आर रेडी फॉर द नेक्स्ट सेट. आगे के कुछ क्वेश्चंस करते हैं. गुड टू गो? This one. This is single filler. Very, very easy ones. I'll give less time for these questions. Okay? Because I have some other questions for which I would want you to take more time. Double fillers now. Okay, listen to me carefully now. This is your next question, which is of para jumble. I'm going to give you 3 to 3.5 minutes to arrange all the sentences because exam में भी आपको पांचों के ऊपर question आएगा, first, second, third बताओ, fourth, fifth. So ultimately you will be arranging everything. I'm not giving you individual questions. Altogether time I'm giving is of 3.5 minutes. Please arrange all of them. Don't be in rush because in exam also you can take up to 3 minutes to solve one parajumble questions wherein you are getting all the questions correct. You have to arrange the sentences. So if you don't know, I mean, you should know first of all what parajumble is. नहीं पता है तो parajumble is a question where 5 sentences are given, 5 to 6 sentences. You have to arrange all the questions, all the sentences in a manner that creates a coherent paragraph. तो हो सकता है आंसर है EDCBA. That should be the proper arrangement for these sentences to give you a perfect paragraph. You have to do the rearrangement of sentences. I thought you might be aware of what parajumble is, but I hope now it is clear. What about other Students, answer kariye. I already have one answer. I'll just give a few more seconds and then I'll take you to the next set of questions. There are some more questions we need to do before I start taking the explanation. Okay, four is like more than enough. So next set of questions, we have I think three questions of this type. What is to be done is mentioned above in the instruction part. This is the last question. Okay. A or B. You cannot give or options. In exam, you won't have this type of an arrangement. Okay. Now, I'll take you through all of them one by one. We'll start with Phillips. They dash a climate emergency. Now, itna padhoge agar, so you can always, or there are always chances that you end up making mistake. You read everything, but it just feels that every single decision that has been made is in complete contradiction. So after but, you have a clause which is, of course, related with the first part, which isn't present. So you cannot say declared. Of course, days plural, so declares will not come. Are declaring will also not come because declare is not an action that keeps on going in a continuous motion. So have declared is your answer. ये इसका आंसर आपके पास में था. ओके, नाउ मूविंग अहेड टू द नेक्स्ट वन. Smoking is still the biggest preventable cause of cancer, and certain groups have much higher rates of smoking, such as routine and manual workers. So यहाँ पे example हम दे रहे थे, very simple, because sentence already was over till the time I mentioned this, right? There are groups, they have higher rates of smoking. Smoking is the preventable cause. So now I need just something which is explaining or giving me more idea of what certain groups are. From the context एक ही आना था. In the previous one, why A is wrong? Because rest of the part of the sentence is in present tense. So whenever you have a conjunction, especially if you have a subordinating conjunction, a correlative conjunction that way, तो हम बातों के टेंस को जो एक से दूसरे पर डिपेंडेंट होती हैं, we keep those things in the same tense. It could be this, that one thing is in simple present, another is in present perfect. That is okay. But present tense ही रहेगा वो. So this is why A is wrong. Okay. Then moving to this one. This was little technical. As in, if you know the meaning of this word, this was the definition. That was the meaning given to you in the form of blank statement, a statement having a blank. So centrifugal refers to a tendency of moving away from the axis. I mean, इसका खुद का definition यहाँ सामने है. इससे ज़्यादा I can't explain. Coming to some other words, awry. Awry is wrong. Okay, so when we say something is awry, I can sense that he's not in a good mood. तो कुछ तो गड़बड़ है वाला चीज के लिए अराय का यूज होता है. एंड देन यू हैव द वर्ड एक्सियोमेटिक. नाउ इक वाले वर्ड्स एडजेक्टिव होते हैं. एनीथिंग विच इज such that there is no question that thing is true. I cannot raise any doubt on that thing. Such a thing that is not that it is undeniable, cannot be denied, उसको हम axiomatic बोलते हैं. Moving on to the double filler. If the IT sector continues to expand, can it create enough employment? Opportunity. Noun is opportunity, it is not employment. So whatever verb will come here should work well, should go well with the word opportunity. So can it give opportunity? Can it create opportunity? हाँ बोल सकते हैं. Can I invent? Not exactly, but consider करके देखते हैं. Repeal तो होगा नहीं. For the people who will be required by the automation, see, here we are talking about IT sector if continues to expand. Can it create enough employment for the people? Now people are in need of opportunity. So these are the people who will be eliminated by automation. I hope you're understanding the thing here now. Next one, the setback in carrying out the assigned task can be attributed to their lethargy. See, setback is there. So the reason of setback is lethargy. It cannot be promptness or punctuality. These are the good things. If these things were present, setback कैसे हुआ? Rigidity is to be very strict on a point. तो वो भी नहीं हो सकता. तो बाकी तो आने ही नहीं थे. लेथार्जी थी, ढीलापन, सुस्तपना, not doing things on time. तो यहाँ पे वो बिल्कुल जा रहा है सही. So this adverb in the first blank automatically comes in the A option. Okay, chalo. The answer to the arrangement BEDCA, absolutely right. See, so whenever you get a parajumble question, what you're supposed to do is you start looking for some clues. Based on the clues, you use a technique that is inverted pyramid or another technique that is to pair and then rearrange those pairs. Inverted pyramid is mention the general thing first and then you go deeper into specifications. Even though 30 navies are now operating in the Indian Ocean, attacks by Somali groups rose to whatever number from whatever the number was in the earlier year. Okay, let's not think a lot about it. We need more info to understand why this information is given. Late in 1815, so जब भी कोई कहानी बताना शुरू करते हैं, where you see some, like in a year this happened, some other year something else happened, so we follow something called chronology. Chronology or chronology is something where we describe things which happened first in the past and then we come towards the present. तो यहाँ पे लेट इन 1815 ये आपको पहला इंट्रोडक्शन मिल रहा है. 10 warships arrived off and armed with dozens of whatever, and they holed up in the citadel fort. तो क्या हुआ? What event took place? And the first event was B. From the years you can understand this very very clearly. Then for years now, this sentence has to be put somewhere where the history part is over. Okay, and you can also see there is another now word which is mentioned in A. So no doubt A and C somewhere will come together. Then D को पढ़ते हैं. Barbary pirates continued to prey on merchant traffic until 1830, when the French occupied Algiers, but their backbone was broken. Suddenly pirate कहाँ से आ गए? We were talking about warships, so there has to be some connection between B and D. So the British and their Dutch allies suffered 141 dead but killed more than 2000 pirates. Now pirates का introduction E में हो रहा है. So B and E will come together, destroyed their field and leveled their fortification. Now even then the pirates continued to prey on merchant traffic. So here we see BAD all about past साथ में आ जाएंगे. CNA, now what is the scenario? Because हम merchant traffic की बात कर रहे थे, now the world's merchant seamen have been fantasizing about something, and even though जो भी हो रहा है इससे हम end करेंगे. Okay, so that's how they are coming together. And then we did some phrases. So for this one, answer is all can replace. Becoming all rage, it's a very fancy, very current time वाला phrase. किसी चीज का एकदम से पॉपुलर हो जाना. So grabbing the eyeballs, coming or be in the limelight, grab all the attention, सारे phrases यहाँ replace कर सकते हैं. Anything that has become all rage is anything that has become very popular. That's the typical meaning of it. For the second one, while India was busy tackling the fallout of blockade in Nepal, Colombo sprung a surprise and did something else. Now, for whatever you are mentioning here, okay, which is based on a phrase or an idiom, read the complete sentence only when you really, really need the idea of phrase which you don't know. अगर मतलब पता है आपको इसका, so directly go and do the question. Even if you read this part, आप इसको कर सकते हो. नेपाल के बाद पढ़ने की नीड नहीं थी. Yeah. So managing the crisis, addressing the issue, mitigating the implication. Whenever there are negative things और उसको manage करा जाता है, तो उसके लिए हम बोलते हैं tackle the fallout. Fallout is a negative consequence. Tackle करना, handle करना, manage करना, address करना, mitigate करना. Tackle करना तो यहाँ सही था, लेकिन फॉलो थ्रू नहीं. फॉलआउट इज ऑलरेडी द कॉन्सिक्वेंस विच इज नेगेटिव. फॉलो थ्रू में अब नेक्स्ट क्या आ रहा है वी डोंट नो. सो दैट्स व्हाई डी इज द वन दैट के नॉट रिप्लेस. क्वेश्चन इज के नॉट रिप्लेस. ओके, देन द इकोनॉमिक सर्वे हैज ट्राइड टू अंडरलाइन, टू हाईलाइट. अंडरलाइन इज टू हाईलाइट. ओके, सो नन कैन रिप्लेस. ट्राइड टू अंडरमाइन, undermine करना किसी को is you consider that person, that thing not that powerful as you are looking forward to for them to be. Has to underplay. Underplay is अपनी क्षमता से, whatever your capacity is, whatever your level is, you are not doing up to that level. Underwrite, uncover भी इसके लिए नहीं जाते हैं, so none can replace. E was your answer. Yeah, so this is something which is called a silly mistake that students tend to do. Exam pressure में, flow में, emotion में, I don't know किस में, students they don't read the instruction properly. Sometimes a new pattern of question is given in exam which is nothing out of your syllabus. फिर भी why do you do it wrong? Why other people do it wrong? Because अगर instruction पढ़ के अच्छे से समझा नहीं तो गलत ही होना है. So this is something you'll have to put into practice. This should become a habit. Even when you are practicing in your own time, giving mock test, taking mock test, and appearing for whatever kind of other tests you are. So even if it is something this is a fill up. I know I have to fill in the blank, but still go ahead and read the instruction. That will create a habit, and if it is a habit you will not miss it out in the exam. Otherwise exam में कर लेंगे मैम और फिर एग्जाम में कोई करता नहीं. I know this thing for a fact. So एक हैबिट बना लो इस चीज की. Okay, chalo, so we are done. These were the questions for this session. Let me know in the comment section that how would you like these sessions to go ahead. Like, would you like such sessions more often? I would love to go through your comments. Okay, take care all of you, and like, share and subscribe. Bhulna nahi. Take care.